And now let's bring in D.C. Council Chair Phil Mendelson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Mr. Mendelson, you've been serving on the council for more than 25 years. Trump has long threatened to take control of D.C., so why do it now?
Well, I don't know exactly what his motive is because he's basing it on these statistics that are inaccurate. As you've noted, his statement, the executive order says that there's been a precipitous rise in crime, but that's absolutely not true. Crime is down 43% over the last 10 years, and I'm talking about violent crime. And you cited the statistics just last year compared to the year before. So we're not seeing this increase, this precipitous rise in crime. I think it's just, I don't know, because the rhetoric from him is very different than the order itself.
So when he says we're taking our capital back, what do you interpret that to mean?
Well, I don't know what it means because actually he says the city is ugly or not beautiful. We need to make it beautiful again. Every tourist who comes here says the city is beautiful because it is a beautiful city. So I don't know what he means when he says we're taking it back. And with regard to crime, crime is down. It's down precipitously. It's not just a little, it's down a lot. And so I don't know what it means when he says taking it back, unless it is just an excuse to enable him to try to control law enforcement in the city.
Now, part of the Home Rule Act, as you know, which allows the president to put D.C. police under federal control, is only good for 30 days. So let's fast forward. What happens on day 31?
I think you have to ask him. I don't know what the long-term strategy is. I will say I was briefed by the chief of police today, and what she has experienced so far is that there are more federal resources and more resources available to her to collaborate to attack criminal activity. That's a good thing. That's actually been going on for years, this collaboration between federal law enforcement and our local Metropolitan Police Department.
I know that you have said you really don't understand why he's doing this, that the stats just don't bear out doing this. So if you had to guess, what do you think is the motivation for the president to do this?
Well, I know what you said at the top of the show, that he's talking about other cities. I don't know that I really want to go there in terms of the speculation. We're mostly concerned about the fact that Washington, D.C. is unlike any other city. Besides the fact that we're more beautiful, it's that we are a federal district. And so the president does have more access to try to interfere with or control Washington, D.C. than he does with other cities. But perhaps this is a strategy that he wants to roll out with other cities. I think it's good politics for him to say that you look at these liberal cities and they're soft on crime. I assure you, we want public safety more than anybody else does.
So we heard Mayor Bowser talk today about how, there is an issue because you guys are not a state. You don't have the normal people in place that you might have in some of these Democratic-run states that he has suggested might be next. So it appears that it would be a lot more difficult to do this in any other city outside of Washington, D.C. Is that correct?
Well, it would appear, although, of course, we saw what he did in California and Los Angeles. I will note that if the president is truly sincere about reducing crime in the city, we need him to nominate judges. DC is the only jurisdiction where the president nominates the local judges, our trial court and our court of appeals. And we have right now roughly a 20% vacancy on both courts, waiting for the president to make nominations for the Senate to confirm. We also need more resources in the U.S. Attorney's Office. Unlike any other city, the federal U.S. Attorney is the one who prosecutes our felony cases. And I heard last week there are 90 vacancies among prosecutors. The U.S. Attorney's Office needs more resources to prosecute crimes. Those two things alone would make a big difference in terms of fighting crime in the city. Not to say that we're not trending in the right direction, but even a 43% reduction means there's still too much crime.
So perhaps that might be one of the things, but I am curious, just in our remaining 30 seconds here, what you would say to President Trump in response to his most recent action.
I would say give us judges, not talk about putting National Guard on the streets. And by the way, I don't know that there will actually be National Guard patrolling our streets. I think they're going to be doing a lot of desk work and logistical support work for other law enforcement.
Councilmember Phil Mendelson, we so appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now let's bring in DC Council Chair Phil Mendelson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Mr. Mendelson, you've been serving on the council for more than 25 years. Trump has long threatened to take control of DC. So why do it now?
Well, I don't know exactly what his motive is because